All right, we are live, late night edition of the DNVR Nuggets podcast, emergency pod, and our emergency pods are built by New Built Construction. When that home emergency hits, New Built Restoration and Construction will be there. NUBILT.com, 720-903-4254. Let them know DNVR sent you. 11:04 p.m. D-line, here we are. A lot to go over for sure, but I said we were going live earlier. It took a while to get everything together. I didn't want to disappoint the chat. Didn't want to disappoint the people. So here we are a few hours after the Big Val injury news comes down. He's going to be out 4 weeks at least with a calf strain, the latest Nugget to hit the injury report. 4 out of 5 starters out now, heading into this game tomorrow against the Cavs. Jamal Murray on the injury report with a right ankle sprain. I'm sure he'll play, though. He always gets up for games against Donovan Mitchell. And with the Big Val news, man, I think that's 5 of the top 7 or 8 members of this rotation out right now. How's it going?
So good, dude. So good. So let me tell you why it took so long for us to do an emergency podcast. I took my nieces and nephews to see SpongeBob this morning.
Okay.
I was very drunk last night. Took a lift home. So, and then I came back, took a nap. I fell asleep during SpongeBob. Took a nap, woke up, saw the news, was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Dude, we got to do an emergency podcast." Then I realized I did not have my bag with my computer in it. So I fired up, lost my find my Mac, dude. My bag was in Montbello. So I started to contact the guy through Lyft. No one's responding to me. Eventually, I just got in my car and I drove to the McDonald's parking lot where it said it was. And the guy was in his car asleep. And I could see my bag on the front seat. And I was like, oh, my God. So then I knocked. I'm like, hey, man, that's my bag. I'm like, I'm so sorry to wake you up. I'm so sorry, man. I need that so bad. Anyway, so I got my bag and I drove away. And I was like, I feel so terrible. So then I tipped him. Anyway, here we are.
What was his response when you knocked on his window?
He was very confused. He was asleep in the McDonald's parking lot. He was very confused. It was uncomfortable for everyone involved. Anyway, here we are.
I just have one more question. I mean, did he realize he was driving around with your computer all day?
Yes. Listen, I don't want to get into that part. I'm just happy to have it back, and I got it. It was in his front seat. He knew everything about it. Whatever. But here we are. We're back. Shout out to Apple for the Find My Mac feature that's built into all of their products. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. It's on New Year's Day.
Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, dude.
Happy New Year.
New Year, new us, same us. Same us. This is not right. Symbolically, the guy that you get to back up Jokic, the whole point of his existence is to back up Jokic. Jokic goes down. He gets hurt the next game with a similar timeline. It's not right, man. It's not right. It's not fair. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what we've done. I mean, I've been preaching atonement, but this is deeper than that. This is deeper than that. I don't know what we have to do, but this is deeper than all of that.
Yeah, I don't know what we have to do either. I have some theories, but we can definitely get into that. I mean, you just think about where this team is at right now, and especially the timing of this, man. They're entering a month where I think they play 17 games in 31 days, 17 games in a month. I think they have 5 back-to-backs in January. They're still on this road trip from absolute hell. This is the road trip. This is the worst road trip of all time.
This is not the road trip from hell. This is the road trip to hell.
It is the road trip to hell. Absolutely. They still have, 3 games left on this trip. And they have to get through it now without any center on their roster. Yoke's out, Big Val's out, Cam Johnson out. We'll see if they get Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown back at the end of this road trip. That's kind of been the word there. It seems like they're gearing up and ramping up and doing a little more and more. But I mean, there's a chance DaRon Holmes is starting tomorrow against the Cleveland Cavaliers at center.
We joked last night. It's like, oh yeah, you got the Battlefield promotion, and he immediately moved up a rank from, hey, we need your help, to, guess what? We're relying on you. You're our starting center, and guess what? You don't have any of the other starters outside of Jamal to play off of. So, I like, just reflecting back, it is unbelievable that they won that game last night. Like, unbelievable. There's no way they should have won that, and it's so impressive, even more so. And now we're entering into a stretch where it's like, bro, if we pull off a single other win, we have to just drop to our knees and say thank you. You know, I'm very curious to see what the Nuggets do. I feel like they have to bring some players in at this point, right?
I mean, we'll see. They can start signing 10-day contracts, I think, soon. They do have one roster spot, you know, that we know is going to go to Spencer Jones, but he still has some games he can play on this 2-way contract. So, you know, maybe they do sign a guy to a 10-day, like somebody from their G League team, a Moses Brown or something like that. Maybe they sign a big man off the street. Maybe they make a trade. I doubt this is happening, but I did find it a little peculiar that neither Zeke Naji or Julian Strawther played against the Raptors. And they only played 8 guys, and DaRon was the backup big man. That just caught my attention, I'll say. I don't know if anything's happening, but that was interesting to me. And yeah, now you go play a Cleveland team who's not exactly having a great season, but I mean, Donovan Mitchell, Garland, Mobley, like they still got guys. And I mean, if you think about what the rotation's going to look like, it's Jamal Murray, Peyton Watson, Tim Hardaway, Bruce Brown. That's like your core right now. And you slide in, you know, a Spencer Jones and a DaRon Holmes. I mean, it just looks pretty bleak. And it feels like if the Nuggets win games at this current point, in this current time that we're in, every win is going to feel like a goddamn championship. That Raptors win felt like winning a Game 7.
I'm saying, and it did not come easy, obviously. It was, I mean, like, that was the theme of the post game last night. Was like, for me anyway, I'm like, I can't criticize anyone's play. The fact that they pulled this win off is an absolute miracle. Bro, it's just like, this for the uninitiated, this for those who don't know, this for our newer followers is Nug Life. Welcome. You're now being baptized in the waters of Nug Life. Thank you for joining us. You'll feel clean and dirty at the same time. I'm, you know, like, listen, man, to say that there are opportunities for players to step up now is the understatement of the year. Peyton Watson, I think, was the one who stepped up the biggest and the brightest last night. But we're going to need I mean, like, DaRon Holmes has an opportunity to become a real, like, cult hero if he steps in and we're actually able to do something this entire time. Bro, it's this is we're being tested. Like, you cannot freak out. I'm just telling you. Like, I don't want to hear like anyone in the chat telling me Jamal sucks or this guy sucks or that guy sucks. Like, it's gonna be a Herculean effort, like every quarter from this point forward. We basically have our summer league squad. This is a summer league squad that we are now fielding and putting on the floor against NBA teams.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Friend of the show, Tamar Bates, is out with a broken foot, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Tamar Bates is even out. We can't even get it. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I expect we'll see Curtis Jones. Do you think we'll get Kessler Edwards?
Well, they'd have to sign him. I mean, maybe, I think now you do sign somebody. I mean, you're flirting on, you know, the precipice of having like 9 active players, you know, 10 active players, including the 2-way guys. So I think you just maybe do sign somebody at this point to a 10-day, maybe after tomorrow. The silver linings, I mean, We have to look for those a little bit, because if you just look at the situation, it's pretty bleak. Although I will say, and I'll get to this in a second, I want to hit this silver lining first. There's a sick part of me that's actually curious about how the Nuggets respond to this. Like,
Totally.
a really sick part of me is like, I'm kind of excited to see this, and I say that for one reason. I'll get to that in a couple of minutes, but DaRon to me is the big silver lining. Like that is the big point that we could come away, from this stretch and really take towards the rest of the season. He has a huge opportunity. He looked good against the Raptors. 22 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, made 2 threes. That was a really encouraging performance. And, you look what he could do tomorrow. It's a tougher assignment going up against the Cavs and just a better team and more legit bigs. But I mean, if he shows out tomorrow, he has a little runway here to establish himself as a guy that we really need to talk about for the rest of the season.
Definitely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, the opportunity for these players is immense, because there's truly, this is really the only time you'll get probably in an NBA season where there's truly no pressure. I mean, right. on a winning team, on a team that's not just like mired in, that's not tanking. You can really, I mean, you truly have the opportunity to set your legacy, your early legacy, or at least set the narrative for who you are in this league right now. I mean, everyone has to have the green light pretty much every play. Like, who's going to step up? What are we going to see? And this is even more terrifying for Jamal Murray, who, as we saw in that last game, caught doubles, triples, full court press. Like, they were all over him. They were definitely like, oh, geez, they have one starter. Like, that one starter is not going to be beating us. So I feel worse for Jamal Murray and better for Peyton Watson.
He's also injured. I mean, he has an ankle sprain. He's expected to play, and I'm sure he will against Mitchell tomorrow, but he's banged up as well.
Yeah, this is
Who do you think they start tomorrow? Do you think they start Holmes? Because
yes,
you are going up against the Cavs. It's a little different than going up against the Raptors, who don't really have a traditional center, a traditional big man. The Cavs do have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I mean, my first thought was, I guess they'll throw Zeke in there and, see what he can do. Just a bigger body, somebody who's got a little more experience. But then I was thinking about it, and it's like, why not just throw DaRon in there and see what happens? You can't be expecting to win tomorrow. Why don't you just take that shot and see what happens?
I wouldn't be surprised if they start both of those players, to be honest. Like, if we get both remind me of their names. I can't remember. I'm having a hard time. The two, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. If they start, do they start both of those players? Or do they just okay? So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if both DaRon Holmes and Zeke Naji get the start to match up and at least try to match the height and the size of those two guys. Otherwise, I mean, those guys, when they get going, can be terrorize other teams. They've done it to us in the past. They've had a rough season. I don't really know the reasons why. I don't know why why are the Cavs having such a terrible season? Do they have other injuries that I'm not aware of? They've
had a lot of injuries. They've been banged up a lot of the season. Also, Darius Garland's having not a great year. He's taken a step back, and it just seems like that pairing with Mitchell isn't going to last that much longer. So they've had a lot of injuries as well. I mean, you look at their bench; it's not impressive. Lonzo Ball's had a god awful season. He's out of the rotation right now, but they've kind of been a mess.
So I mean, if you want to squint as hard as a human can possibly squint to find the tiniest hint of a silver lining, mercifully, this is happening on an East Coast swing against the Eastern Conference. And it's all right, first off, the quality of these teams is much less than if we were having to do this against some sort of West gauntlet. And then also, dropping in the standings, if the Nuggets do start losing games, it doesn't count double like it does against Western Conference squads. So there's a little bit of a silver lining, but man, it is bleak right now. This is so bleak. I literally, this happens on New Year's Day. I really cannot get over the symbolism here. What are we doing, man? It's a whole new year. This is what we wake up to.
I don't know if you saw, it's the year of the horse, though.
And this is taking me back to my most bullish and ridiculous prediction that now I believe in even more strongly. I think we're going to get Jokic back much sooner than people are anticipating.
We'll see. I mean, did you see the video of the best YouTube doctor out there, Brian Sutterer?
Yes.
Quote tweeted a video of Jokic walking into the game. He's walking without crutches. Apparently, that's a really good sign.
Of course.
At this stage of the bone bruise.
Of course, it's a great sign. The fact that he was like, if you didn't know that he was hurt, watching that video, I wouldn't be like, oh man, that man's limping so happy. He just like kind of always has like kind of a strange camber.
He does have a interesting gait. He's always had that.
He has a very strange gait. So, I mean, listen, I mean, he has to take some time off, but
yeah,
I don't know, brother. I don't know, man. Resolve is going to be tested, like I've said, but mostly with the fan base. Like you guys, the big bright light is now on you, the fan.
Yeah.
How are you, the fan, going to get through this?
Here's another reason why, like I was saying, a sick part of me is a little excited. Did you see the quote from Peyton Watson after that Raptors win that he gave in that interview with Katie after the game? Did you see that quote?
Mm-mm.
He says, quote, I feel like there's a lot of people that doubt us. There's a lot of people that would say without Joker, we're a lottery team. And even if we win, they're going to say it's one lucky win. We've just got a team of guys that know how to fight.
Was he reading our chat? I've read all of those statements in the last 5 minutes in our chat right now.
Yeah. I mean, first off, no lies told. That's exactly what people are saying. The Nuggets do seem like a lottery team without Joker, even if they win one game. You could even call that Raptors win a lucky win, considering they were 0.1 away from that game going to overtime where I think they probably would have lost. But that quote actually shows me that this team is a little fired up and they have a big chip on their shoulder. And I remember talking, to the guys in the locker room whenever it was, over the last couple of years, guys coming off the bench, and they all had a chip on their shoulder because they heard the noise. They know the narrative about when Jokic goes off the floor, the Nuggets suck. They're the best team in the world when he's playing. They're the worst team in the world when he's off the court and the bench is on the court. Like, the Nuggets second unit was pissed off about that narrative over the last couple of years. It was true, but they were pissed off about it. And I love that Peyton Watson said that. And that tells me that him, Jamal Murray, Bruce, who was here, when the Nuggets over the last 2 years had the worst bench in NBA history, or one of them. I love that they have this chip on their shoulder and they're a little pissed.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Did you see my chat? We should probably do our new built read.
Yeah, we definitely can. Let's hit a quick break and we will get back to talking about that Peyton Watson quote and where the Nuggets go after this big Val injury. Shout out to our friends over at Taco Bell.
Oh my God, I could use this so bad. They're the quesaritos, like not even for supporting Nikola Jokic. I just need comfort food now in the worst way.
Yeah, great time for comfort food. We definitely need it. Probably gonna need it tomorrow night. Win or lose, to be honest. But
I need comfort, brother.
The quesarito is back at Taco Bell. They brought back the iconic quesarito for a limited time, and you know what that means for Nuggets fans. Nikola Jokic, of course, he was drafted with the 41st pick in the NBA draft way back in 2014. Of course, the quesarito was on the screen when that happened. The quesarito's back, of course, at Taco Bell. They're trying to get him to try one. He's saying he's not going to try one. We'll see what happens.
I don't know, man. I feel like wearing a Taco Bell cardigan sort of hints at the idea that maybe Joker's been compromised in this.
Dude, people are so. How do people not understand how in this guy is on all these bits? I mean, he showed up as freaking Groot to a playoff game. He's dressed up as the Joker. Like, he's so into this stuff, man.
I love it.
How do people don't know? They don't know. Pick up the quesarito from Taco Bell for a limited time. And Taco Bell, they want to get all the fans on board to encourage Jokic to end this drought and try the iconic product. Pick up a quesarito today.
Also,
actually, shout out.
Now, thinking about this, does Joker need like is Taco Bell? Do we need to like he needs to eat it right to like break this curse that is that what's happening?
I think he's never had one. Is the
But
thing,
so like
I don't think it's a curse though.
Well, but if Jokic eats the quesarito, are we free?
Everybody's healthy again instantly.
I mean, just right in the back. It's worth a try, dude.
Also, shout out to New Built Restoration and Construction, licensed general contractors who can help with any project, big or small. They're available 24/7, and they truly care about being there for their customers. They'll work with your insurance to make sure a stressful process like this is as smooth as possible. If you have any repair service needs like fire damage, water damage, mold removal, repair services, commercial projects, these are your guys. Really sucks if one of those emergencies comes out of nowhere and you don't have somebody to call. You don't want to be just asking AI or like Google searching for a general contractor. You want to go with somebody you know and trust. And these guys are, part of the fam. They're DNVR fans, are part of the community. So give these guys their business if you need a general contractor. When that home emergency hits, New Built Restoration and Construction will be there. NUBILT.com, 720-903-4254, and let them know DNVR sent you.
And again, unfortunately they cannot help calves or knees or
hyperextension.
We've got the Nuggets have some emergency situations. We wish the New Built could help, but they can help you.
All right, back here on the DNVR Nuggets podcast, emergency edition, presented by New Built Construction. So Big Val's out for these next 4 weeks, but it seems like the Nuggets do have a chip on their shoulder. I was just talking about that Peyton Watson quote earlier. What do you think of that? As I was kind of giving you the context.
I mean, I got to tell you that I'm sure that especially these guys that are left on the roster that are always thought of as just the supporting cast to Nikola Jokic. This is the canopy effect we talk about. Like he just, not through any fault of his own, but just by virtue of his greatness being so vast and so all encompassing, you don't really get sunlight and sunshine that makes it to the bottom of the rainforest floor. And these guys just get lumped into this idea of like the supporting cast, or even worse, as the non-Jokic minutes. They are referred to as the non-Jokic minutes. So they have a big opportunity to prove who they actually are in this league. They're not, I don't even know what we could even possibly expect the play style to be currently. I mean, I imagine there's going to be, we saw it a little bit last night. I imagine runouts and iso ball are going to be on the menu like pretty heavily. We got like some picks, we got some curling around the top, but it's like it was not nearly as organized or as orchestrated as it typically is when Jokic is in the middle for obvious reasons. But these guys get to show who they are, man. We're in true summer league mode. Like the gloves are off, the guides are off, the guardrails are down. Get out there and show us what you can do, and like you can really earn your reputation and earn your respect here over the next however long.
Yeah. In terms of it's obviously impossible to have expectations on what the Nuggets can do right now in the interim. I mean, if they just go 500, I feel like that's a massive, massive dub.
Massive.
Going 500, I mean, especially in this stretch without AG and Christian Brown, like if they can just get maybe one more game on this road trip, that'd be cool. 2 more games would be incredible. They have 3 left: Brooklyn, Philly, Boston. And I mean, of course, the pressure's on Jamal Murray for sure. He's got a lot more attention. The defense is focused way more in on him. We saw that against Toronto. He's just got to rise up and continue to rise to the occasion like he has this season. I think, Peyton Watson has obviously leveled up on the offensive end of the floor this season. Playing with Nikola Jokic definitely helps with that, but individually he's improved a lot. He's going to be relied on now to be like a 20-point-per-game guy. He had 24 against Toronto. Tim Hardaway just shoot like 10 threes a game. He shot 9 against, the Raptors, and Bruce has got to bring it as well. Like I was saying earlier, man, it is just going to be it's going to take a Herculean effort, and every win, and especially this stretch without 4 or 5 starters, is going to feel like the biggest win of the year.
All right, call it. We've got 3 games left on the road trip. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Let's go through them. Do they win against Cleveland? What do you think?
Cleveland tomorrow. I'm going to say they lose tomorrow.
Do they win against the 76ers?
I'm going to say yes.
I feel like that one's a definite L. The only dub I can possibly see is the miraculous. It would be miraculous. It would be meaningful in a way that's not real, but would feel meaningful, is against Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the one that I have circled as like and I do think they could potentially win against Cleveland. There's a chance, but I'm very nervous about those 7-footers.
You're totally right. There's no way they beat the 76ers. What am I talking about?
No chance.
What am I actually talking about? Yeah, I think Brooklyn, best chance for a win. Cleveland might be your second best chance for a win.
If they can get those 2 wins, I am celebrating the whole rest of the year. I'm going to consider that a championship. That's better than we're in our action. This is the second in-season tournament for us. It's just like the knockout round, but for individual players. My God, dude. And, David Adelman, I mean, this is another big step up moment. Like, what can this guy put together? Can this guy motivate his team? Can he cobble together some sort of coherent play style that they can all, get on board with and feel like everyone's in the right place? I mean, there's going to be so many mistakes and things over the next however long.
Adelman is a guy, to your point, who's now like kind of front and center, because if they survive this stretch and then they survive until Jokic gets back and, you look up at the standings by the end of the season and you're like, oh, they're actually still going to get home court advantage. He's got to be a front runner for coach of the year. I mean, at that point, just to weather the storm through this stretch, not having 4 or 5 starters, not having Jokic for a month and a half, however long it winds up being, a first-year head coach stepping into this, he would have to be in the conversation at that point. But I also feel like the mad scientist mind of Adelman is a little excited to just see what types of lineups he can throw out there. Of course, he'd rather have his full complement of guys, no doubt. But he's like, man, maybe I can throw Peyton Watson out there at the 5, and we can really go small and spread people out. Maybe I can throw DaRon and P-Watt and Tim and just throw some funky lineups out there that can just get the Nuggets through this stretch. So I'm sure a part of him is actually saying he's enjoying this is obviously sounds kind of terrible, but I think he's going to enjoy just kind of diving into some lineups that he's never going to have the opportunity to use again.
Yeah, I mean, there is again, and the pressure is off. I mean, if it goes tragically, it's like, what do you expect? And if they get anything positive, it's like the greatest thing that we're going to be singing their praises for this is legend stuff. This is like where myths are started and made. Yeah, man, it's bleak. We're in a bleak spot right now. I really, really am curious to see. I feel like the Nuggets have to make some kind of move to bring in at least another a warm body, a new knee that can function, a new calf that is not strained, so that they could even field a team. How many guys do we have currently that are able to play?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, 11. And Hunter Tyson, not really playable.
You can call him 11.
Okay.
Curtis Jones, you can call 10.
Curtis Jones, I'm interested. That man, that's a microwave scorer. That guy can shoot. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see if he gets in. Your earlier point about the fact that in the game last night, where seemingly they needed all hands on deck, that we got more than one DNP CD, including Julian Strawther and Zeke Naji, is insane. Julian Strawther at least had the questionable because of illness.
He's been sick,
that you can point to and be like, all right, maybe that's the reason why. But it doesn't look good for either guy. That does not look good. That in that setting they didn't get a call. That's bad.
Yeah, it was just interesting, I thought.
It's not a great sign. I'll say that. It's not a great sign.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
still as the only resident of Strother Island,
Yeah.
like is getting swallowed up by global warming every day. Like I'm really feeling the tide. I know that guy can shoot, but if he's lost the confidence of the coaching staff to that degree, I'm gonna just for my own, or more so for his own well-being, assume that it was because of the illness. But bro, we gotta come on. Come on.
Here's one, maybe one of my last final points here, and it's kind of a sad, an upsetting one. One of the trends I feel like in the NBA this year, man, is it's a young man's league.
Yep.
The Thunder, the Spurs out west. I mean, like those have been, your two best teams in the West so far this season, along with the Nuggets, of course. But you just see how this game is played right now. Offenses are at historic levels. The pace, just how offenses spread defenses out, and how hard it is to play defense. Like for a full 48 minutes, it's kind of impossible. And part of me looks at all of that and says, are the Nuggets just an older team? And that's a reason for all these injuries? This is just something I was thinking about today. And yes, Wemby got hurt. These younger teams do have injuries as well. But is it just going to be tougher for an older team like Denver to get through an 82-game regular season and be ready for the playoffs, without this level of injury stuff happening? And I know this is unheard of. This seems like a historic injury rate that they're on. But is it just a little tougher right now for an older team to go up against this play style for 82 games and survive? I kind of feel like it might be.
It's an interesting thought. It's definitely something you have in your lowest moments, your most moments of despair. I think that, Valanciunas is the one injury that I'm looking at here. Like, well, I guess Valanciunas and AG are the two that I look at as like, ooh, that's not great. Like that was non-contact. That was just like body giving out. You can look at like wear and tear. Everyone else was just freak accident stuff. Like CB's foot got stepped on. Jokic's foot got stepped on. And there's a lot like when we go up, I was just thinking about this too. Like there are games we have where you go up against like Utah or Memphis or something, and you just start going through the injury list, and it's like 10 guys deep. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
We're that team now, dude. This is what that feels like. I just I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a lot of noise in general about, and you're already hearing it because there have been so many ACL injuries already for players, both old and young. And you're starting to hear more and more rumbling about, the strain that's being put on these players.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever reduce the number of games. It's just monetarily, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they can't stretch the season out. Like, I don't understand why they can't start like earlier and then make sure that there's no back-to-backs. I'll tell you what my ultimate dream is for the NBA is to adopt fixed schedules. So there is a game on Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, or maybe a Saturday. You can do that. And then it's like football. And then you just like know. And then hockey is able to have theirs fill in the other side. And you don't have these like nonsense schedules that's like, what? Like time is all weird. Travel is weird. The in-season tournament makes it even stranger because you have all of this time where nobody's playing, then everybody's playing. I don't know that I can ascribe any of what we've seen as far as like the grind of the season to why we're seeing all these injuries, but it certainly can't help. I'll tell you that much. It certainly is not helping these players. So I don't know, man. Like, I think we're just in a bad spot, and it feels like the universe is against us, and there's got to be some explanation.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. As we kind of wrap up here, looking ahead to tomorrow against the Cavs, I know we've hit on a lot of players, but I mean, who do you have your eye on?
Jesus.
Is it just DaRon? Like, if he maybe starts, if he plays 20, 25 minutes, does he have your like most focus tomorrow?
DaRon's the most fun storyline.
Just because we don't know.
We don't know. And it's like, so it's fun to have a new player. We've been talking about this for a guy for a while. We obviously lost him in the first game of summer league in what would have been his rookie year. So he has been putting up good numbers in the G League, which is the first sign that somebody is actually an NBA player, being able to put up dominant numbers in the G League, which he has done. He came in last night. He did not look like he was overwhelmed. He knocked down a three. He did make some mistakes, but those were to be expected. So he's on a track now where we should see pretty rapid improvement. So that's exciting. Like, we don't know we have no concept of where his ceiling is or really his floor. So there's like a lot of interest in, what we can see out of that. So that's always nice to have a subplot, which when potentially the games themselves are going to be disastrous. Yeah. The Jamal thing also, like, I do feel even worse for him. Like, now, you look at Big Val as like a potential pick and roll partner with Jamal. You saw that a little bit, like maybe once or twice, but now I don't know if Toronto.
Your mic just went out. It's DaRon for me, especially if he starts. But, if he's playing 20, 25 minutes, that's just 25 minutes of a guy we haven't really seen. And it does seem like, especially in this stretch now, they're going to need something from him. And this is the time when he's just got to show what he's got. I'm also going to be interested to see, do the Nuggets switch up their starting lineup? They started Pickett last game next to Jamal. I probably wouldn't do that against the Cavs with Mitchell and Garland. Maybe you put Bruce in there for defense. Maybe we see that. He's got to have a good game tomorrow. But yeah, and I'm just going to continue to look for Jamal to just kind of step up and be a leader of this team, especially in this moment in time that we're in.
I don't know if you can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I knocked the cord out of my microphone, so I think I'm being picked up on my computer now. We might just want to kill ourselves, honestly. Like, everything's falling apart for me. I'm a disaster. I lost my computer. I did get it back. Let's get to the super chats, man. Let's move on.
Let's get to the super chats. This is coming from DKM1924. It is not a coincidence that the Chinese New Year will be on February 17th, exactly when Jokic is back after the All-Star break, and Chinese Year lunar symbol is a horse. Well, I brought this up earlier, just kind of fishing for something, and we might have found it.
Well, listen, we've got the symbols on our side. It's the year of the horse, and we pulled the Emperor card. But right now, not good.
Carlos Romero, hello, Nug Life, my old friend.
Welcome.
And Maka Karu, if we are not going to keep P-Watt, should we do something now, trade-wise, since the team is depleted, attach Zeke and Julian if need be at this point? P-Watt's good right now, though. That's the thing.
Dude, here's what I'll tell you.
P-Watt is like, you need to rely on him right now.
So this reminds me very much about the Avalanche last year. They were in a position where they didn't know if they were going to be able to re-sign Mikko Rantanen, who was one of their best players, and so they ended up trading him, and it was a big deal. They ended up getting a couple players back that kind of helped, but the Avalanche ended up faltering. They weren't able to ever fully pull it together. They made a bunch of trade acquisitions at the trade deadline, a bunch of guys, and it didn't work. Like, they didn't have enough time to gel. They didn't have enough time to put it together. But now that they've had a full offseason and all those guys are like part of the team, now they're destroying teams. So
yeah, they just don't lose anymore.
They don't lose anymore. But they did lose last. It took them time to get to this place and to get the gelling and all of the players playing well together. P-Watt, this is what I like. I don't want to trade P-Watt because I feel like it would, in a lot of ways, be like kind of punting on the chemistry that they've built up this year. And you don't know if you're going to get it back in time. You remember how long it took for Cam Johnson to start even looking serviceable with the Nuggets. It takes time to learn how to play and be confident. And you bring somebody in, like there's probably the clock starts ticking on for the entire team, learning how to play with that guy, like, you know, learning to like him and whatever. So I understand the argument, and Adam, you know, having conversations with various people in various places seems to be very much on the idea that this trade might be something that happens. I would hate for it to happen though. Like, I just feel like they got to give this year the opportunity it deserves.
Yeah, I think if a trade comes up for him, it's like a real trade almost. Like you're getting Trey Murphy or just, you know, somebody of that caliber. Like, I just don't even know if it's worth it for a low-level swap, him for somebody else that you just have under contract for next season. Because I said this earlier in the year about Christian Brown, and people really got on me for it. But it's not like playing with Jokic is the easiest thing to do on a basketball court. You have to build chemistry with him. Like, playing in the Nuggets offense is very different from other NBA offenses. You know, playing off Jokic is very different. Yes, it's easy and the game is simple once you get there, but you have to have a high basketball IQ. You have to understand how he sees the game and what he wants to do out there. And the Nugget system, there's a lot of read and react in it. And some guys just have a harder time learning that than others. So,
yeah.
And especially with just, yeah. So just looking at the situation, I feel like that's not happening right now. You got to get your full team back or close to your full team and just kind of see what you got. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hey man, listen, darkest before the dawn. Nothing's over. We can still do this. Games are going to be interesting. We're all going to earn our stripes by getting through this. So we're going to be here together, and we're here for you.
What about Queen from the Pelicans? They're not trading him, man. He's the next Jokic.
Can you imagine they trade what is probably going to be the number 1 overall pick to get Derek Queen, and then they just trade him the next season for P-Watt?
All right, man. Well, we did it. We talked through it. I feel a little better now. I feel better. I feel ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. Preparation starts now. Like, yeah, it's time for us as a people to start to prepare ourselves for what's to come and to start the healing process now. Like, you know, we're all on a 10-day. Like, we're all, you know, expected back in 4 to 6 weeks. But in the meantime, got to show up. We got to be here for each other.
Absolutely. Thanks for everybody hanging out with us late night tonight in the chat. Over 500 people watching. We really appreciate it. We'll be live from the pregame lounge tomorrow. What time is the game tomorrow? Probably early.
Oh my God.
Well, 5:30. We'll be live from the pregame lounge at 5. Get a good night of sleep. See you tomorrow, man.
We all silly like the mayor.